Welcome to The Explainer. This is where we take big, complex ideas and, just break them down into simple, clear slides. And today we're going to build you a mental toolkit, one that'll help you win arguments, not by being the loudest person in the room, but by being the smartest. You know that feeling, right? It's so frustrating. You're in a discussion, maybe even a heated argument, and you just know something is off with what the other person is saying, but you can't quite nail down what it is. It's like you're watching some kind of magic trick with words.
Well, that feeling, it's not an accident. More often than not, we're navigating what you could call an argument minefield. It's full of these hidden traps, these flaws in logic that are specifically designed to persuade you, even when the argument itself is, well, totally bonk.
So the key to spotting these little mines is understanding what a logical fallacy actually is. I want you to think of it like a crack in the foundation of a house. The argument might look sound, it might sound really convincing at first glance, but because of that hidden crack in its reasoning, the whole thing is just unreliable.
Okay, so you might be thinking, why do I need to know this? Is this just for professional debaters or something? And the answer is a big fat no. Learning to spot these fallacies is an absolutely crucial skill for everyday life. It's super practical.
It really boils down to two key things. First, it's your absolute best defense against misinformation and all that deceptive rhetoric out there. And second, it helps you have way more productive conversations. You can challenge those flawed points respectfully and keep the discussion focused on what actually matters instead of getting bogged down in silly games.
All right, so let's get to it. We're going to stock your new mental toolkit by breaking down 4 of the most common traps you'll run into. And I mean common. You'll probably see one of these later today.
First up is a real classic. It's called the ad hominem. That's Latin for to the person, and trust me, you have seen this one everywhere, especially if you've ever spent 5 minutes in an online comment section.
And it's a total diversion tactic. The whole goal is to make you forget about the actual argument, the facts, the logic, and instead focus on attacking the person making it. See, they're hoping if they can make the person look bad, you won't notice that their own point has zero substance.
So look at what's happening here. This statement doesn't talk about the budget plan at all, right? Not the numbers, not the pros, not the cons, nothing. It just dismisses the whole idea because of who it came from. It's a complete attack on the person, not their argument. Okay, let's move on to our next fallacy. This one is also a diversion, but it's a little sneakier. Instead of attacking the person, you attack a fake, twisted version of their argument. This is the straw man. This one is so deceptive because it makes it look like someone has won the debate. They build this flimsy, easy-to-knock-over version of their opponent's argument, the straw man, and then they heroically defeat it. But in reality, they never even touch the real argument.
I mean, this is a perfect example. Someone says, hey, maybe we should invest a little more in public transit. And the other person twists that into, oh, so you want to ban all cars and force everyone onto a bus? That's crazy. See? They've created a ridiculous, easy-to-attack position that the first person never even suggested.
All right, our third fallacy is one that really plays on our fears. It works by suggesting that one small, simple step is going to set off this horrible, unstoppable chain reaction of disaster.
The dead giveaway for a slippery slope argument is that it jumps from point A all the way to point Z without showing any proof for B, C, D, and all the steps in between. The whole thing is built on this scary but totally unproven domino effect. And this is a classic example you hear all the time. It takes one single action and then makes this huge leap to a really terrible outcome. But notice, there's absolutely no evidence offered to prove that this chain reaction is a sure thing, or even likely. It's all about making you afraid, not making you think. And for our last one, we've got one of the most basic mistakes in human reasoning. Honestly, it's a super easy trap to fall into, and it's the root of so many superstitions and just plain wrong ideas. It's called the false cause fallacy. You might also hear its fancy Latin name, post hoc ergo propter hoc. That just means after this, therefore because of this. And the big mistake here is confusing timing with causing something. Just because B happened after A doesn't mean A caused B. It's like, I wore my favorite jersey and my team won. That doesn't mean my jersey made them win.
So this is the key thing to remember. There's a huge difference between correlation and causation. Correlation just means two things happened at the same time. Like how ice cream sales and shark attacks both increase in the summer. One doesn't cause the other. The hot weather causes both. Causation, on the other hand, means one thing directly makes the other happen. And honestly, remembering that difference is like a superpower for your brain.
So there you have it. We've just stocked your mental toolkit with 4 big ones: the ad hominem, the straw man, the slippery slope, and the false cause. Now that you can actually put a name to these things, how's that going to change how you listen to the world around you?
Well, here's the payoff for you. For one, your critical thinking gets way sharper. You'll start to analyze arguments with a much keener eye. Second, your own arguments get stronger because you know what traps to avoid. And maybe most important of all, you're just way better at spotting when someone is trying to manipulate you.
And that's really what this is all about. This isn't just some abstract theory. It's a real practical skill. Your new toolkit is ready to go, so start listening. Listen for these fallacies in your next work meeting, in commercials, on social media. I promise you, once you start noticing them, you'll see them everywhere. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.